homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but a J Mac? Came into the game just to sit back. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the dirt cause I'm cold with the pen. I want no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. The hardest blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spark and I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My breath is sitting in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking out through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre, man, coming to you again with another video. This time, I'm going to talk about the Balin Skull recast. This is a reaction video. I think it's a Jeff Snyder, John Rocha, hot topic, hot mic, podcast. So I'm going to talk about that. And well, I'm going to talk about that majorly, but hopefully you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know what the question is. I ain't got to ask it no more, but you already know what the question is. All right. Let's keep going. Let's go. This is the hot mic, and I'm only going to talk about the Balin Skull recast. I know they talk about recast T'Challa in this. I've already done several videos on the recast of T'Challa, the potential recast. You know, right now these are just rumors. You know, that Marvel is looking to recast or bring in a multiverse version of T'Challa. So I'm not going to go over that in this particular video, but what I am going to go over is a reaction to the Balin Skull news. So let's get to it. Now, again, this is from the Hot Mic podcast. You know, my biggest thing was, I guess, Roar McCain was cast as a new Balin Skull. And I said at the time, it is going to get to it. I can't think of the guy's name. God, it's in my head. His face is in my head. But at the time when he passed, I was like, what they're going to do? What are they going to do with the recast? Because we already been going through so much stuff. Like, it's like they put this pedestal on Chadwick Boseman and how great he was or whatever, which I've always said that was a sign that they were selling us some bull crap. I've said that plenty of times. They were selling us some bull crap. And the reason why they were selling us bull crap because it was easier to sell us on eliminating the character of T'Challa, but giving us this as an alternative. Like, you should be happy with this. We're giving him a child. Oh, my bad. He's going to be without a father too. Black people, y'all know what that feels like. That's the way it felt like to me. Not saying that that's true. That's the way it felt like to me. So now that, you know, we're talking recast T'Challa, let's see what this Balin Skull conversation is going to be, and let's get to it. Let's react to it, and let's kind of go from there. Let's go.
Dropped a newsletter, or should we just start with something else?
Whatever you want to start with, baby. Dealer's choice.
And this is Jeff Snyder.
Well, we're at 515 people already joining us live, so I think we should start with the big news here. You just dropped this in the newsletter. Feel free to take it away, brother. What is this news? And maybe I'll give you the single shot. So take it away.
I mean, I tried to hint the last time about recasting being in the air. This was,
and not saying anything, you know, from them or whatever, but it's funny how recasting is in the air. And we were asking for T'Challa for a long time ago, but every other person that does not look like T'Challa can get recast if somebody dies. But T'Challa, there's this whole big mess that they created. I'm going to tell you that, to me, Marvel ran the best media propaganda train when it came to T'Challa that I've ever seen, because so many people fell for it. And if they're falling, if a lot of y'all fell for that, oh, nobody else could play T'Challa, he's one in a million, yada yada yada, all this stuff. What else do you think that they're selling you that you're buying right now that is probably detrimental to you, to not only your health but your psyche?
A scoop that I've held since that show. I mean, I've held it the full week basically. And yeah, I'm sorry, it's Rory McCann, the Scottish actor who is best known for playing the Hound on Game of Thrones, is going to be taking over Ray Stevenson's role as Baylan Skoll. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Baylan Skoll. Yeah,
Baylan Skoll.
Now, nobody's going to come out and say, "Hey, why does he look different?" Nobody's going to say, "Hey, why aren't they honoring, Ray Stevens? Ray Stevens is a hell of an actor. Why aren't we giving more relevance, Disney, to Ray Stevens and all the things he's done and all the accomplishments he's had, not only in Star Wars, but in Marvel and all kinds of other characters, all the stuff that he's done in Hollywood? Oh, nothing. You're not going to do anything. But you sold us on not recasting T'Challa.
Season 2 of Ahsoka. There's some poignancy to this because I do believe that in real life, Rory McCann and Ray Stevenson were friends.
Yes.
And I believe that they knew each other. And so I feel like he'll, take great, he's going to accept that role, inherit the role with great respect and take care of it with great pride. I think he'll be a good caretaker for it. But yeah, they
So where was all the great caretakers when it came to T'Challa? I'm just asking. I know this is going to sound like I'm beating down a broken horse, but I'm beating a dead horse. But I'm just saying, I'm only reason why I'm pointing this out because of verbiage. Look at the way that the wording is for this. But then when I ask, where's this at? Then it's a problem. That's all. I'm just pointing out what other people are afraid to point out because it's true.
Needed someone to play that character for season 2.
Oh, you needed.
Yeah. I think it's great. I love the idea that they're coming together there. That hits someone who was connected with Ray, and it's not a bad transition. Yes, he doesn't look like Ray necessarily, but who knows? For those who've seen the show, when Baylan goes where he goes, how does that affect Baylan? How does that alter Baylan? And the fact that he passed away in real life, I think people are going to create space for McCann to create what he wants to create with the character that honors what Ray did, but also puts his spin on it. We see.
Why don't they? I'm trying to tell you, it's not nothing against John Rocha. It's not nothing against Jeff Snyder. Why wasn't that same conversation given to Chadwick Boseman? Yeah, I'm just pointing out the obvious. Why wasn't that same conversation given to Chadwick Boseman? It's so heartbreaking to know, as a black comic book reader, as a black comic book blurred who goes out and buys this merch and buys the toys and all of that, has no problem with white characters being recast. But when it came to us, we got sold a bunch of BS. But here we could talk about the relevance of what he could bring to the character, and he could bring his own thing, and he could still honor Ray Stevens. Why didn't they have that for T'Challa is all I'm asking.
We saw this happen in the Harry Potter series when Richard Harris died and Michael Gambon came in, and I thought did a really good job as his version of Dumbledore. I hope the Star Wars fans create space for Rory McCann to create his version of Baylan Skoll. But I think this is a smart casting choice. It's not a huge name, but it's a name that for people who've watched Game of Thrones, there's a lot of love and affection for him. So it's an easier transition, I think, for a lot of people seeing this big news.
I think it's a good choice, timing wise. I think it had to happen relatively soon. I'm not exactly sure when they're gonna start shooting. But I think if they needed,
they had no problem hurrying up and getting another guy to play the character is what they're saying, because they needed to shoot soon. But what about the cast of the show who loved and respected Ray Stevens? What about their feelings? What aren't they grieving? I'm trying to tell you, if y'all don't see what we was sold, I got some beachfront property in Wyoming to sell you right now.
To maybe take some time after the holidays to notify the cast and that he was going to be joining them, and let Ray's widow know, and she's blessed everything as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So wait
Which
a minute.
is a
Hold
great
up.
situation.
Wait a minute. His family member, his widow, blessed the recasting. Didn't Chadwick Boseman's brother bless the casting, and everybody rejected what he said and ignored what Desmond Boseman said? This is the reason why we don't try to bring race into this or scream racism, but you can't help but look at the obvious when it comes to certain things. And to me, this feels so obvious because they didn't have no problem doing this with William Hurt. They had no problem doing this with Ray Stevens. But when it came to Chadwick Boseman, there was all these hoops and all this selling and selling and selling. And let's celebrate. You literally put a funeral on film. You benefited off of, you capitalized on that man's death. And you wonder why you lost almost $500 million in your movie. But yet none of that, you don't hear that about Ray Stevens, who was a phenomenal actor, who's been in more projects than Chadwick Boseman. You don't see none of this stuff that they did with Chadwick. So it starts to make me think of, why him? Why him? Not William Hurt. More movies, more everything than Chadwick Boseman. Not Ray Stevens. More movies, more everything. They had to continue their characters. But that guy, that one right there, no. It starts to make me believe. I mean, I've always believed this, but it's in your face that this looks like prejudice, racist bullcrap. Because how you not going to cast a lead in your movie? You have the main antagonist of the Incredible Hulk movie. You recast him because Thunderbolts is so important. You know what I mean? Oh, season 2 of Ahsoka is so important, so we got to get somebody in there. Oh, his really good friend. Oh, he's good. People know him for Game of Thrones. He'll be good. I don't even got to pay him that much. That guy over there who asked for more money, you better not recast him. It makes me look at things a little differently.
There, you love that. You crossing all the T's, you dotting all the I's to make sure that everyone is good with this. So you've been sitting on this one for a week, but eventually this was the time to drop it. Did you hit the kind of wall of like, look?
I just feel like it was such a big thing. I know it's a tough time right now with the fires, and I was conflicted. I knew obviously it wasn't the right time to do it the last couple of nights. But like we woke up to that Tom Holland announcement and the Jacob Elordi announcement the day before, and then there's the Coleman Domingo thing, and it's like at some point the show has to go on, just like the actual show Ahsoka, right? Another thing.
Didn't Blue say that the Hollywood motto, which I've already knew this, the show must go on, and you heard it from Jeff Snyder. The show must go on. So again, Marvel, when you recast T'Challa, do not bring a older version of T'Challa. Bring back T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. Make this thing right. Reboot this thing and make it right, because this is bullcrap. What you're doing, and it's blatant, and you got people that's capping for you so hard and falling for the banana in the tailpipe, which you see right here.
That I think we're going to talk about later on this episode.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the business, and there's something kind of beautiful about that, though.
Yeah, and I think Star Wars fans will be open for it, and again, it's not.
But Black Panther fans was
not the
open
main
for
character,
T'Challa.
but is a beloved character, and so people feel like, I think people are going to feel overall that this is in the right hands, and excited to see what we're going to get in season 2 of Ahsoka and the chemistry that we're going to develop. And who knows, maybe Rory McCann takes this role and elevates it even more from what Ray Stevenson did, and it becomes an even more iconic role. It's very possible.
Wait a minute. Isn't that what we've been saying? That so when you have a role and the guy is no longer in that role, the next guy comes in, does what he does, and maybe he becomes that beloved character. You never gave that opportunity to T'Challa. You never gave that opportunity to T'Challa. That's why we're pissed, because you didn't even try.
for people to enjoy down the road. So I like it. And he's got a gruffness a natural gruffness to him that I think, although Ray had, it wasn't his natural energy. And so I like that this is going to be something that will be fun to explore with this character for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions and thoughts and comments you guys have on that? Make sure you send them in as we go along through the Streamlabs and Super Chats. Anything more on the Star Wars news? Shall we hit this Mangold story as we and wrap up Star Wars and move on to the next things?
Yeah, we can hit Mangold while we're in the universe.
Okay. All right.
All right. So that's all I wanted to show as far as the recast of that. And again, I have no problem with their recast of Balin Skull. I have no problem with somebody taking the mantle of Balin Skull that unfortunately Ray Stevens, who passed away, and RIP to him, you know, led, and Roy McCann could be able to take over that role. I have no problem with that. But it's when you make excuses for that one over there, that guy over there. That's when I have a problem. Because all I seen was excuse after 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 excuse, but never challenge why do they get a pass, why their characters continue, but that guy didn't. It's legitimately all I'm asking.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I just wanted to do this reaction video. This is the first time I seen it, this particular reaction. So I do appreciate that Gray sent me this. So I really appreciate Gray for sending me this. This is a 2-hour stream with this, so I wasn't going to go over all of it. That was the main point that I wanted to hit. But what did you guys think? Maybe I'm being too emotional with this, or maybe I'm exactly flipping right. Maybe I'm right. You know, I know he wanted me to do the 114 mark, and maybe I'll go back and look at it, but I couldn't ignore this. I couldn't ignore it, and that was a perfect, to me, because of what you heard about how they could elevate this, and you know, this another actor could just take the role and all of this. And what did we get? Legitimately, what do we get? I think that's what upsets me the most. Not gonna cry about it, but that's what upsets me the most. Is because they fed us a whole bunch of crap, but when it came to the truth, the show must go on. All right. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video, man. Make sure to put it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Where is my outro at? Because I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.